Well, obviously, don't. I told the team afterwards, do not take this for granted. Only 19% of college basketball gets to play in this tournament, and it's special. We set 2 goals at the beginning of the year. One was to win the Mountain West regular season. We did that. And 2 was to make the NCAA tournament. Obviously, we did that as well. So very appreciative of all the support that we get, fans, administration, boosters, collective, all those people that have helped us along the way. It's been a special year. To go 17-3 in a league that got 4 bids was amazing. So we've got, I believe, 6 guys, I think, returned, I don't know the exact number, who experienced this last year, and it's a lot of fun. And so we're very, very excited. Head out to Cleveland, I think, on Wednesday, and it'd be a great experience for our guys.
I'll start off with, despite the headline in some local paper, you guys knew you were in.
Yes.
I'm curious what the feel was like, though, when you're still kind of anticipating, and it did get over pretty quick, but what's the feel like when you know you're in?
Yeah, I mean, we felt very, very good, right? I mean, we weren't really on the bubble at all, so we felt good about it. I think it was more about matchups, being able to figure that out. When we're playing, like what day and location and all those things. But it's an amazing feeling. I mean, I tell the team this all the time, and this is not to crap on Dave Pilipovich. Dave Pilipovich is a great coach, a great guy. You wrote the article. He's been coaching for 38 years. This is his second NCAA tournament. It is not easy to get here, so you cannot take it for granted. And, our players and coaching staff's done a phenomenal job. So, We felt really, really good. There wasn't a whole lot of doubt that we would be in. It was more about who we'd be playing.
And as far as the seeding goes, everybody kind of said 9 seed, but in any way, are you almost happy that you dropped down to the 7-10 line as opposed to the 8-9 just because of the potential second day matchup, or do you even think of that?
No, I didn't really think of it. I thought we'd be 8, 9, 10, somewhere around there. Once you get there, unless you're a really high seed, there's no easy games. I've watched Marquette 3 times because of St. John's, so I've got a high level of respect for them. They're always a contender in the Big East, but no, the seeds and stuff, don't really care too much.
All right, and then the last one for me, you just touched on it a little bit. You have watched them. What can you tell us? Any past relationship or experience with Shaka or with Marquette?
Shaka, I took over for him at Florida, so part of the same coaching tree somewhat. Obviously worked for my dad as well, but I know me and Shaka are proud of the time that we've spent working for Billy Donovan. So I know him. I mean, I wouldn't say I know him extremely well, but I understand Marquette. And that's a big-time basketball job with amazing resources, and Shaka's a terrific coach.
Coach, compared to last year, you guys had a phenomenal season as well as this year as well, but being able to build off of that, your opponent last year in Clemson, is there anything that you're taking from that year coming into this year? Is this more of like a clean slate, want to be able to focus on everything that Marquette has to offer, or are you bringing in some ideas and some thoughts into this tournament as well?
I think what the guys who were here last year can explain to the guys that haven't been in the NCAA tournament is, one, how amazing of an experience it is, but you're sitting around a lot. You're doing media. You're traveling, obviously. The timeouts are a lot longer. But it's the greatest tournament in sports. So we won't take much from the Clemson game at all. We will just turn the page and lock in on Marquette.
Coach, you just mentioned what you think the players, the returning players, has been to March Madness before. We say the new guys who haven't experienced yet. What would be your message to the guys to keep them focused if they haven't gone through this before?
Yeah, I mean, every game that I have coached this year were 26-7, right? So 33 games, my Providence College degree, right? Same approach. Really doesn't matter. They're all really big, and especially kind of at this level where you've got to win a lot of games to get an at-large bid. They're so very, very crucial. So, the mentality won't change a whole lot. Gave them 2 days off, which was great. They needed that. I think we were a little fatigued in the conference tournament, so a little break will be good. But we'll get back to work tomorrow, and have fun with it. But go see if you can, compete against a really good Marquette team.
4 teams from the Mountain West all seeded between 10 and 12. Boise did not get in. Is this one of these things where it almost feels like last year where they're seating you guys in a specific spot as if almost to say, go out and prove it now. Do you feel like the Mountain West has to prove themselves in the?
No, I don't think that's what it is. I think the system favors the power force. That's what it is. There are teams with really bad records, but they're playing a bunch of quad ones and a bunch of quad twos that we don't have the luxury to get. So, the biggest thing that we need moving forward next year with the league and then moving on, I believe, is just investment. You look at the SEC decided to invest in basketball. I don't know how many teams they got in, but that's what it is. And right now with the nets and the quad system, you're going to see more and more of this. You're going to see all these mid-majors. I don't consider us that, but in the 10 seeds and 11 seeds. And it's just the way the system is set up. Right, wrong, or whatever. That's the way it is.
Do you have any personal memories of Cleveland? Have you been there? What's your experience in the, let's see, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stuff?
Personal memories of Cleveland. I have been to Cleveland many times. I can't say I have a lot of personal good stories there. I apologize.
So, Coach, what's your biggest challenge? Everybody's 0-0 at this point. You finished a strong season. I mean, every team is really good. How do you prepare your team beyond the distractions and travel and all that?
Yeah, nothing's going to change. We'll dive into film tonight, and we'll give them a little bits and pieces of Marquette tomorrow, and a little bit more the next day, and just prepare for a win or go home type deal. So, other than that, enjoy it. As I said before, it's not like football. Football gets 60% goes to bowl games. This is 19% of college basketball goes to the NCAA tournament, and we got an at-large bid. So be proud of it, but no, tomorrow if you came to our practice, nothing will be different.
Two quick ones. Injury-wise, is CJ okay?
Said he was feeling better. I asked him. Everybody else is good. Yeah, he was really hobbled in that game, so a little rest will help him.
Okay, then I got kind of a scouting question. I guess two parts. I'll start with, how do you approach the scouting of this? I know usually there's one guy kind of in charge of a scout for a team. Do you already know who that guy was going to be regardless of who you played? Or do you guys all dive in together? How does the scout work for this situation?
I have changed the way that we scout. We don't have one guy on one team and another guy on another. We don't do that. What we've done all year is Isaac Chu and Tarvis will split up the offensive sets. Aaron does the underneath out of bounds and the sideline out of bounds stuff. Dave does the offensive scout. Danny does personnel. So the same. Yeah, it'll be the same there.
And then, is this a situation? I'm not trying to find a way to bring up your dad, but he has played him 3 times. Do you reach out to their staff and ask for any kind of cliff notes or anything?
Yeah, I mean, he texted me right when it happened, the scouting report. I'm like, relax, I don't need that right now. I'm not a big. Certainly, I'll talk to him, and my staff will talk to his staff. But you have so much film now. When people call me, I'm always like, do you not have film? Why are you asking me? But sometimes it's nice to kind of get a feel and some calls and things like that. But we've got so many things at our disposal to where, I'll put together a game plan just by watching them.
Coach, and following up with your dad, can you kind of just tell what it's like? I know it was a feeling that they were going to be in the tournament because they won the conference regular season, they won the conference tournament. Just kind of how it feels to see them in the tournament as a 2 seed and that going forward.
I didn't have a whole lot of doubt that they would make the tournament. My mom did text me, though, and say, I don't think they're going to get in. But she was messing around. But, yeah, I mean, it's been a great year for both of us. It really has. So, pretty special, both winning the conference, both getting Coach of the Year. I mean, a lot of cool things. So, we're doing great things. They're doing great things as well.
Coach, how do you approach that day before practice? What do you want to take out of that?
Talking about the open practice?
Yeah.
With the fans there and everything? Yeah, that's more of a just get some shots up, get comfortable with the surroundings. You don't get a lot of gym time. You're normally going high schools or Division II schools or whatever in the area. So that's more just, you're not going to do a live practice in front of media and fans. So that'll be just get shots up.
Anyone else?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just a follow-up on the Mountain West one. I know you talked about the system in general terms. I do want to ask you about a couple of the teams specifically. Boise State not getting in. Their team, I know you specifically said, could make some noise if they got in. But are you surprised that they didn't based on what you knew their resume was going in?
Surprised, no. I thought they'd be right there. There was, it's amazing when you watch a team like that. They're not good enough to get in that large, but it just shows you again. But it's like I said. I mean, the system has been set up to where high majors and power fours, they are absolutely at an advantage. When I was at Minnesota, I remember looking at the schedule, and every single game was a quad one. Every single one, home, road, whatever, maybe a quad two. So it just is what it is, and it's obviously very disappointing for Boise because they had a phenomenal year. We're going to have to figure out moving forward with our league because we've got a lot of teams leaving. So we're going to need investment, and we're going to have to change up the way we schedule and do all those things. So we scheduled, I don't know, I know Boise beat Clemson, but I don't know what else they did. But we really scheduled, I think, very aggressively. Whether it was a UCLA win helped us a lot, VCU win helped us a lot, playing USC, Arizona State, St. John's. So we're going to have to, it's going to be harder and harder, right? But we're going to try to do that every single year.
Yeah, and as far as the power conference seems, North Carolina was 1-11. 1-11.
Insane, yeah, just crazy.
The other team I did want to ask about, not San Diego State or Utah State, but Colorado State as the tournament winner. You guys were the hot team going in last year, 4 days, 4 games, and all that. Is momentum hard to carry into the NCAA tournament when you kind of get the finality of, wow, that we finally made it, now they can kind of exhale a little bit? Do they have a risk of maybe not being able to carry the momentum over like everyone assumes they would?
I mean, I don't think we lost to Clemson because we didn't carry the momentum over. You know what I mean? I think it had a lot to do with Clemson. So I don't know who they're playing. Who's Colorado State playing? It's 5 seed. I forget who it was. But Memphis. So every team is different. But the opponent that we played went to an Elite Eight, and they were terrific. So Colorado State's got phenomenal momentum right now. Probably longer momentum than what we had going to the conference tournament because we had 2 really bad losses or 1 really bad loss, Air Force, but then we got hot again. So momentum is good. Is it everything? Probably not. Everybody kind of hits reset going into the tournament.